Hey, today we are going to take that recipe I gave you yesterday, the cornbread muffins, which you have supposedly already copied um, into a a Google Doc. And today you're going to take that same starting place, but you're going to convert it to traditional format. All right, so first thing we want to do here is open up a blank document. So we're going to go to here. Oops, wrong button. Click on the Rubik's Cube or the waffle there. Click Open Document. Down here somewhere there will be a plus sign. Excuse me. So I can start a new one. It's always a good idea to title it first. So it's going to be, come on. It's going to be called Cornbread Muffins. I'll just put conversion. So you don't have to look at the word recipe. To I didn't spell it right. Traditional. There we go. All right. So first thing we're going to want is a title at the top. So the title is Cornbread Muffins. So I'm going to copy that. Control C. Go down here. Control V. Cornbread Muffins. Now, just like before, I like to split my screen in two and have my working document here and here the original document, so I don't have to go back and forth. All right. Now, remember, with a traditional document, we have all of our ingredients at the top and our procedures below. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. 18, and I'm going to center it, I think. I'm going to center it. All right, it's back to the left. So because it's a 2-day assignment, I'm going to separate it into day 1 and day 2. But let's go back to our original font size, which was 12. Day, spell it right, day 1. Okay, I'm just going to start at the top where my pre-step is. So make sure container is labeled. I'm going to go ahead and specify now. Probably should have been specified before with PERIOD and kitchen number. That would be more obvious if we were in the classroom. All right, here we go. Kitchen number. All right, we're not going to preheat our oven because that's the second day assignment. So now we want to list all of our ingredients from or for day 1. So we have 1 and 1/2 cup all purpose flour. 2/3 cup sugar. Okay, I skipped a little bit there because I know you didn't want to watch me type in all that stuff. So here we go, a half a teaspoon of salt. So those are our ingredients at the top. Then comes our procedure. Now, I've done this a number of years, and I've seen it happen over and over again. So listen very carefully to what I have to say next, because it's the difference between getting this thing sent back with a 0 and getting it correct. I can type at the same time. Combine in your storage container. Now, if I just type what's there, do you know what we're supposed to combine in the storage container? No, you don't. Because when we take away these boxes tell us what we're combining in a storage container. This says combine in a storage container. We have a verb but no noun. We don't know what we're doing except that the boxes tell us. It's like a huge parentheses saying put all this stuff in a storage container. But here we don't have that parentheses. We don't have the box. So we have to replace it with words. In this particular recipe, it's pretty easy. Combine all, and you don't have to put dry ingredients, but I'm going to put dry ingredients in your storage container. Now I know what it is I'm combining because I've used words to replace what previously was done with the box. Now, since there's only one thing, we can do just as it says here. Put sealed container on ingredients table. Okay, now we're going to go to day 2. Preheat oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit is next. That's our pre-step. Heat. Autofill working for me. Oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to go up here to insert special characters. It's a pain to do this every time, but I don't see a way around it. Degrees, there we go, degrees Fahrenheit. Period, that's our first step, our first pre-step. And I'm also going to say increase muffin tins. Now, I'm going to list my ingredients again. I'm going to dry ingredients. Okay. From day 1. Get a period there. I'm going to have 1 1/4 cup of milk. I have 2 large eggs and 1/2 cup vegetable oil or bacon grease if available. Okay, those are my ingredients. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Skip a couple lines and go to my procedure. And some people like to number their steps. That's up to you. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, the first step is if I look over here, my steps once I get past my ingredients, my steps go from left to right. So the first thing I'm going to do is beat, but I don't know what I'm beating slightly unless I fill in what it is I'm beating. Now, with the graphic version, the box told us because beat slightly is right next to eggs, but it's not here, so we have to type in the word beat eggs slightly. Okay, now it's starting to look like a recipe because we know what we're doing and what we're doing it with. This step right here, if using bacon grease, melt in microwave. And that's my next step. Let's see what it looks like when I try and put it here. It might not be worth it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to type it out. If using bacon grease, melt in microwave. Spelled it wrong. And you guys know a microwave is not an appliance, but a microwave oven is. Okay, so there's my steps. Now we move to the right to this step. In a mixer or large bowl with a whisk, beat slightly. In a mixer or large bowl with a whisk, now, I've got directions here, but again, I have not specified what. As we go from graphic to traditional, I have to keep adding in words to make it clear. I can't just leave it like that because I don't know what I'm beating slightly. Am I beating the bacon grease? Am I beating the eggs? Am I beating what? But the box here tells me I have to beat these three things. So I have to specify that on my direction. If you don't specify it, I'll send it back and ask you to redo it. You can't just leave a sentence like this. If you're going to tell the reader to beat something slightly, you have to tell them what they're beating. But don't include measurements. So I'm going to put it in here. In a mixer or large bowl with a whisk, beat milk, eggs, and oil or grease slightly. Come on, me, get out of the way. So now I know what it is I'm beating slightly. The next step, I'm going to mix something together well. What am I going to mix well? I'll let you figure that out. But don't just write mix well because we need to add something to mix it in together. So I think that's enough to get you started. You should be able to finish it from here. Let me know if you have any questions, and that should do it.